My name is Adam Andrzejewski, and I'm the CEO and founder of OpenTheBooks.com. Welcome to the ripoff of the week. 2 housekeeping items. I want to say thank you for supporting this program. First off, this is our 20th episode. 20 weeks in a row, we've come to you on Thursday at 5 p.m. Central with our segment of Ripoff of the Week, and it's been successful right out of the blocks. Secondly, I want to thank each and every one of you for making this Facebook page successful. We got over 500,000 followers on this page, and that's helped drive some traffic over to our YouTube. In February, I addressed the Hillsdale National Leadership Seminar in Naples, Florida, and the YouTube of that speech, entitled The Depth of the Swamp, now has 1.1 million views. So thank you for being engaged in the mission of OpenTheBooks.com. And you know our mission. It's every dime online in real time. Our auditors filed last year 41,000 Freedom of Information Act requests, and we've compiled the world's largest private database of government spending ever. You've helped it make this story successful. This ripoff of the week I'm very excited about here today. We're going to talk about the highly anticipated 50-state $1 trillion bailout. And let me tell you, this is a heist. This is a ripoff. And before we get into the specifics, I want to introduce my co-host, Tamara Colbert.
Hey, Adam. How are you this Thursday? Boy, I'm fired up for this segment, let me tell you. Holy cow.
It's a real ripoff of the U.S. taxpayer, that's for sure.
So let's just, we're going to go right in. Why do we say this is a $1 trillion state bailout? What does that mean to our viewers?
Well, it's $1 trillion. All of it's borrowed. All of it will be paying back for generations. It would add to the $27 trillion national debt. It's $1 trillion 50-state bailout of not only the states, but here's what hasn't gotten the attention. The local units of government. There's 40,000 units of government that would get bailed out. Now, this bill for $1 trillion has already passed the U.S. House. This was Nancy Pelosi. Many people will recall back in April when California Governor Gavin Newsom wrote a letter to Pelosi requesting a $1 trillion 50-state bailout. And Pelosi delivered. It passed the House. It sits right now in the Republican-controlled Senate. Many people will also remember when Illinois State Senate President Don Harmon wrote a letter to Pelosi in April requesting a $42 billion bailout for Illinois. And people laughed, but Pelosi delivered. Illinois in this bill at the state and local levels of government would get $40 billion.
That's unbelievable. Is there another way to break it down? Let's do a shout out and compare, say, New York to Florida and all of this.
So we'll compare that in a second. I just want to break down the Illinois figures for a second.
Okay.
Chicago, it's a junk bond town. Its bonds are one notch below investment grade, junk bond status. Chicago would get a $6 billion bailout. Chicago sits in Cook County. Now, it's really the Super Bowl of corruption in Cook County. We like to describe the state that way, but that's Cook County. Cook County would get $3 billion on top of $20 billion for the corrupt state of Illinois. Just right there, Chicago, Cook County, and Illinois, that's $29 billion.
That's unbelievable. So $29 billion for Cook County and Illinois, but then we've got New York asking for bailouts. Compare New York, Florida. I don't recall that Florida's even asked for a bailout.
Well, Florida hasn't asked for a bailout, but it's a 50-state bailout, Tamara. So Florida would stand at the state level and the municipal level to reap $44 billion from the federal treasury. Now let's compare that up against New York at the state and local levels. New York would receive almost $70 billion of taxpayer bailout. Here's the problem. Florida has more people. There's more people in the state of Florida than there is in the state of New York. And New York would get $70 billion. Florida would get about $44 billion. This is a ripoff for taxpayers.
Now, is that because you've got Cuomo tightly tied into Pelosi? Is that why he's getting more? He asked for more? What's the deal?
Well, they certainly take care of their own. So let's talk about Nancy Pelosi's home turf in San Francisco. So San Francisco, many people don't know this, it's a city, but also exact same boundaries, it's a county. And they double dip this coronavirus bailout bill, this HEROES Act that's already passed the U.S. House. The city of San Francisco would reap $1.3 billion worth of bailout. And then in the exact same geographical boundaries, the county of San Francisco would layer on another $500 million. All told, San Francisco, their share of this bailout bill is $1.8 billion of your money.
That's unbelievable. So I know there's a whole bunch of the richest cities in America included in this that are not getting, or are they getting coronavirus bailouts? Give us the scoops on that.
Oh, Tamara, they're in the bill. So we took a look at the top 50 richest villages, towns, and cities in the country as identified by Bloomberg. Atherton in California, it's the richest city in the United States, average income $525,000 per resident. They would reap $3.8 million of bailout in this bill. The second richest city in America is Scarsdale, New York. Scarsdale, the average household income is $452,000. They would get $8.8 million of bailout. In Hillsborough, California, it's the third richest city, village, town in America. The average income is $430,000 a year, and they would reap $5.6 million of your money into these towns. All told, the top 50 richest municipal level units of government would reap $350 million out of this bill.
So what about a town like, say, Prosper, Texas?
So, Tamara, that's where you live. We did a little research very quickly on the, before the segment here. Prosper, Texas would receive $11 million.
$11 million. I can tell you right now, I'm going to follow up with the mayor of my town and find out, why doesn't he give it back? What does he plan on doing with that? I wonder if he even knows that he's getting that kind of money. It's unbelievable, Adam. I mean, I just can't even believe that this is happening. Remind us, where is the legislation now? Where is this bailout bill right now?
So the bailout bill sits in Mitch McConnell's Republican-controlled U.S. Senate, and it's a check on the excesses coming out of Nancy Pelosi's House. I mean, they passed this bill because there's Democratic majorities in the House, and it sits in McConnell's Senate. Here's what everybody watching the program can do. In the comments, and we'll check these things, you can put your state, and we'll tell you how much your state's going to receive. You can put your city, village, or town, as long as it's incorporated, and there's 40,000 entities in the database, we'll tell you how much your local municipal level unit of government stands to reap from Nancy Pelosi's bill.
Okay, so Scott Leonard, Adam, is saying, I love what you guys do. Thank you. But nobody's put in their town yet. Come on, you guys, let us know. We will follow up. Anybody wants to know where their town or city or state is, put it in the comments and we'll make sure to follow up. Adam, when is this report coming out? What are the next steps?
So we're going to put, just as soon as the news cycle calms down a little bit, we're going to put up the entire report up in my Forbes column, and we'll keep you updated. Here's the other thing. We took a look at the top 25 richest counties across America. Now, to put that in perspective, there's over 3,000 counties across the country. Just the top 25 richest would reap an incredible $16 billion out of this bill.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there's just waste all over the database.
So this is great. We've got, okay, I'm just going to pick one. Jeanette Miller, Philomath, Oregon, Philomath, Oregon.
PHIL?
O, Math, Math, Oregon.
Got it. And they will receive, just the city would receive $2.4 million.
$2.4 million to that little town in Oregon. What about Wenatchee, Washington?
So you're not giving me things that are easy spellings, but
WEN as in Nancy, ATCHEE, Washington, Wenatchee, Washington.
Got it. Okay, here we go. So, they're going to get $17.6 million.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do another one. Bozeman, Montana.
All right, here we go. I know.
Jocelyn's from Bozeman. Thanks, you guys, for bearing with us. This is real-time, authentic numbers that Adam's got right now in his database. So thanks for bearing with us. And I'm trying to see all these great towns.
$24 million into Bozeman, Montana, and that's a wealthy area in Montana.
That's unbelievable.
$24 into Bozeman, Montana.
So here's the deal, Adam. So I want to make sure, because people are putting in, wow, Seaside, Oregon. I think that's a wealthy location. Try Seaside. What is Seaside, Oregon getting?
They're getting $3.4 million.
$3.4 million. Adam, we have got some amazing people that are putting their cities in, and some of them just their counties and their states. So everybody, we try to be good stewards of your time tonight, and we will be putting in those dollar amounts and responding to each and every one of you that has responded tonight while we've been on air, because it's up to you to follow up with your city council, your mayor. Reach out to them and ask them if they know about this bill. We will make sure to can we put the number, Adam, for the piece of legislation up as well, so they know how to appropriately talk about it?
Well, it's the HEROES Act. So everyone
the
really
HEROES
knows
Act.
what it is. And if you call your member of Congress and you have to weigh in, look, into the election, even President Trump was caving in to Nancy Pelosi. Mitch McConnell held the Senate off, to his credit. But the president had said he was going to do up to $2 trillion. So he was negotiating with Pelosi. There needs to be no negotiation on this stuff. This is absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, this is totally outrageous. You guys are amazing tonight. Great response. We are going to get to each and every one of you. It may take us the next hour or so, but thank you so much. We cannot do this without you. So, hey, if you guys want to forfeit your a couple of Starbucks or cups of coffee this month and support Open the Books, we don't take any federal money, zero. We only get donations from people. So if you can support us in that way, please take this broadcast, share it on your own Facebook page so that you've got friends who are seeing this message, because we, the people, still are powerful, and Open the Books is helping us to be empowered to reach out to our state legislators. Adam, you get the last word.
Just come to openthebooks.com, $1 a day, $30 a month, set it up on repeating each month. More donations equal more investigations. Thank you for joining us.
Have a great week, everybody. Next Thursday, 6 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you there.